Internal procedures.
Welcome to the Men's Summer Cup Final at University taking on Glenorchy Knights under the Friday night lights. Kenneth Track there. He'll be a key mover for the students or the Bees. We'll probably alternate between both here as they take on the Knights. It's been an enjoyable tournament so far, the Summer Cup. It's been a high standard of play, and I'm expecting plenty of that this evening in the decider. Joining myself, Andrew Cooling, to call this one tonight is Paul Hunt. Hunty, what are you expecting tonight?
Expecting a good, honest contest as we usually see from the second division teams down here in the south in the Southern Championship. So I think Knights will go in as favourites into this one, but this University team is certainly not to be underestimated. A fair few players of a pretty consistent level here, been playing together for a while, especially at Southern Championship level. But I do think the Knights, as we'll soon see, have that little extra touch of quality which will probably make them favourites for both tonight and the Southern Championship season looking to the future.
Yeah, no doubt. They've invested heavily again. They're raring to get back into the NPL. They're leaving no stone unturned in their quest to achieve that. They've assembled a pretty fierce lineup. We'll get to them shortly. But certainly some big inclusions in this team and a lot of depth that University have shown throughout the Summer Cup. They've got some quality. We'll have a look at Glenorchy Knights here. And at the top there, one of those prize recruits, Nick Naden, prized him away from Clarence, and he's a fantastic winger. He'll add plenty. He's already been making things happen at a fine game in the semi-final. Number 4, Tyler Harrison, came over from Zebras a couple of seasons ago now. Very good central defensive player, Jonathan Ladich. You'd expect him to sit just in front of the back four. He won't do anything too fancy, but he'll keep things ticking over there. Samuel James, he's a very versatile player. I could see him either at fullback or on a wing tonight. We'll just wait and see. Perhaps right back would be my guess, looking at the other names in that team. The left back, Luke Warrener, another one who's crossed over from Zebras. There's our referee tonight, Big Poison Ivy, looking forward to his work in the middle. He was on fire last time the Knights were in a big clutch game out here at KG5, that's for sure. The centre-back, number 14, Teddy Kadisha. He's been playing fantastically and sounds like might even be pushing George Hallard out of the starting lineup at the moment. Number 15, CR Kurdistan, a lively attacking player, as are the next two names there. Number 18, Callum Brown. He might be the most informed player in the state at the moment. He's been absolutely devastating. And his twin, they're really conveniently wearing the 18 and 19 there just to screw with us, I'm convinced. One of my favourites, number 20, the Magic Man, Alessandro Bellini. He scored one of the great pre-season goals earlier in the tournament. And the goalkeeper, number 22, James Wilson, as we have a look at the Knights lineup. The field camera in operation tonight, bringing you these pictures. On the bench, Jack Kupsch, Alex Nandan, Ethan Duck Engels. I don't think Bellini's cloned himself, so I'm not sure he's on there. But number 23, Alexander Woodham, the backup keeper. So That's a pretty strong and deep lineup there, Paul.
It certainly is. Rumours in the pre-game, Praviti saying he's got a few players out this week. He might have to play a slightly weakened lineup, I believe was his phrase in the pre-game. And I mean, when you've got 3 to 4 players in NPL Tas last year, a former Vic Tooting medalist in John O'Ladich, plus the young guns in the Brown brothers and James. Not a bad third team all round there for the Knights.
I mean, no Nawiki or Hallard, so I guess he wasn't lying, but it's a terrifying lineup. We might move on to University and have a look at their lineup here as the team's getting ready for the pre-game handshake there. And at the top, back in goals, number 1, Joel Philpott will be between the sticks tonight. Manuel Henneke was in that last time I watched them. He's back on the bench tonight. Number 2, Toby McGregor, for mine, one of the best players outside of the NPL and has been for a number of years. A fantastic fullback. Number 3, Richard Di Paoli. Number 4, Stuart Carnaby. Number 6, Christopher Calminios. I hope he lasts a little bit longer than the last uni game I was at, where he got himself sent off, but he's back in here for the final. Number 7, Kenneth Track, been really impressed with his play in the pre-season. He has stood out. Number 8, Innocent Malungu. Number 11, Thomas Roach. He's a star. He'll be a key mover for this team. Number 13, Samuel Fahey. Big Jonathan Merry at the back there. Number 17, you won't miss him. He is a giant. And number 18, Akira Sakaguchi, another very skillful player on the bench. Number 5, Ribbonwit, Jack Ryan Buchanan. Tommy Atavi, I'm a little surprised he's not starting. He'll be one I'd expect to see off the bench this evening. Number 16, Sam Howcroft, and the backup keeper, Henneke. So some quality players there, Paul, but they're certainly up against it tonight, the students.
They certainly are. I'll just probably keep saying Toby McGregor's name all evening, as he's the one I'm most familiar with on that team. Rocking a great pair of hot dog socks when I saw him yesterday in town. So A-grade sock game there from big Toby, return of the Mac McGregor. But yeah, good solid team. You're going to expect them to finish mid-table or above, given a bit of improvement this year in the Southern Championship. But again, with the class and strength of the Knights, you would expect them to go in favourites. But I reckon they'll be a pretty compact team here tonight, University. Really not afraid to put their bodies about, as we're going to eagerly awaiting the coin toss here for this Summer Cup final. Poison Ivy in the middle. Not quite the dignitaries we had last week at North Hobart Oval, but
his assistants there, Eugene Rosenwig and Toby Butler will be running the lines there. With Ivan in the middle, so we've had the obligatory coin toss, which you just never see teams changing ends these days. I suppose if there was a bit of wind, it was be a possibility, but
pure laziness.
That's something you see too often. And the team's huddling up, ready to go. The Knights, the reigning champions, have doubled down in their quest to win once more this year. And Uni, they've made their way through here. They've been plucky at times, but there's some real quality in the team. I think this could be a very interesting game, but Uni just need to hold firm in the opening 20 minutes or so, not let this Knights team explode out of the blocks. They've got some real confidence players, the Browns and Nade, and if they get their tails up, they're going to be a real danger. So we definitely will be, for the sake of the game, hoping it remains tight early, I think, Paul. But I don't know that over the course of 90, Uni are going to be able to resist this Knights team.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree there, as we have kicked off in the Summer Cup final. University getting on the ball first, but immediately turning it over to Knights within 4 seconds.
Sure what's going on with the camera there. A few technical difficulties at the moment. We'll be on top of that in a second. Until then, just trust what we're saying. It's Teddy Kadesha with the ball here. And Knights looking to build from the back here. So Brown into the middle. And now wide to Samuel James, who is indeed lining up at fullback. And looks like Uni just with the one man up top, looking fairly compact as you predicted there, Paul. And big, massive. We'll let that one roll over the line for a goal kick.
Just also having a look at how Knights are shaping up here, with James on the wing and the Kurdistan up front. We've got at least one of the Brown brothers on the wing on the far side, but we'll see how that develops as the game progresses, as University get on the ball, but immediately crowded out by a humongous sandwich of Knights players trying to get wide. Eventually out to Warrener, but breaks down. Look, diagonal ball and the searching run there from Naden. who's really taking up that wing position out there. McGregor coolly gets it around there, looks to play the 1-2 wall pass, and does. Up top to his striker, but well beat out in there.
Tyler Harrison reading the play really intelligently there, just got in front of Samuel Fahey. Won the challenge, so Knights in possession here. Here is Bellini, sends it wide for James. James back to the Magic Man. Knights looking to link up, and here is Declan Brown running at the defence. Well dealt with though. There's a little push there on the Uni play, but play on is the call. Here's James. Searching ball into the channel, and that's cut out there by DePaoli. Just probing them early on here.
And as we can see, University with pretty much all bar the striker Samuel Fahey in the 18-yard box as the ball goes back to James. Inside to John O'Ladich. The Magic Man Bellini sprays it out to Warrener. And playing a bit of keep ball here are the Knights. Inside to Ladich, who's pulling all the strings in the middle so far. Eventually Uni come out with it. Mahalango trying to get on his right foot, but eventually wins a throw in off the tracking back of Declan Brown. McGregor throwing long as far as the Knights. Ladich picks it up. Out to Brown, now to Warrener. Bright orange boots on the far side. That's what we like to see. Makes you nice and easy to point out from up here. Brown trying to go for a Sergio run, caught in a University sandwich, and there's a pretty obvious foul there called by the Poison Ivy. Not allowing the free kick either. Quick free kick.
A little too quickly for his liking, but Brown immediately drawing a foul, and won't be the first time I think we see him chop down tonight. It's usually the only way to stop him. He's been absolutely barnstorming this pre-season. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. Here's his brother Declan Brown. Just put it out in front of it, John O'Ladich. Asking a little there of Naden. Trying to play the back heel was Bellini, and that's swept away only as far as Ladich. Pass, but again broken up. And Fahey is going to be just working all on his own up top here tonight. He's not going to get a whole lot of support. Knights now looking to break through, and they might be in here with Brown, but good strength from Chris Galminios. Just held him off. Mooney again clear. And this might be a pattern of things to come. I think we've seen the opening few minutes here.
Yeah, certainly agree with that. Really, really holding the fort already, sitting plenty of numbers back. University Knights looking to switch the play. Just a bit of a shank there, to be honest, as far as the midfield, but Knights win that back nice and easy. Brown to Ladich. Kurdistan being pressured out of it. Kaminios knocks it into his own teammate. And the ball will try and come out down the far side. Good bit of pace there from Track. Track still got the ball, but eventually Brown robs that one off him. Lovely turn from Kurdistan. Well read by the Uni defence, but Knights end up with it again on the halfway. Looking to switch the play here. The Knights, their fullbacks are being allowed a fair bit of room here, and it's a nice ball into Bellini. It's to Jink inside, but it's not to no one in particular, and right down the throat of keeper Joel Philpott. Using all 7 seconds before launching that in the direction of Warrener. Probably want that one back again as Sekiguchi now looks forward to Fahey. Gets a pretty consistent touch on it. Can get it any further forward out at right back. Yeah, Kenneth Track is going to have a pretty hard night with the pace of Declan Brown running at him constantly. Calminios launches heaving through. That's going to be a feature of Uni with McGregor on one side and him on the other. Plenty of length with the throw in. It's a good play for Knights on the far side, but all broken up eventually. Kurdistan. We used to more having someone of the big body of Nowicki up top and really want him to hold it up. And it's a nice one too again, right to Philpott. But as I was saying, Nowicki, a bit more of that bigger bodied striker, and Kurdistan a bit of a smaller frame. I think they're going to have to play into the channel a bit more as opposed to trying to heave it up to the chest of Kurdistan, and that's a miscontrol there from Marlango.
Yeah, I think they will miss the bigger body there. Nowicki does so much work for them up top, but they've got such an embarrassment of riches in attack as Teddy Kadisha spreads it wide for Luke Warrener. Nonsense style fullback. Content just move the ball around here. They know Uni are going to sit back, try and make themselves compact, hard to break down. Showing good patience in the early going here of the Knights, which has not always been their MO. They're a pretty explosive team. They've got so much pace. They like to use it and get in behind, so a different challenge for them if Uni do sit deep. But they've certainly got the quality to break them down as Callum Brown scrapping away there, and Jinx inside, takes on a couple, beats a couple, still going here Callum Brown, still driving past, can he apply the finish? Oh, what a goal, Callum Brown. He beat the ball and smashed it home. That is outstanding from the youngster.
My oh my, what an absolute individual piece of brilliance there. I've counted about 6 players he's beaten there, Declan Brown. And what can you do about that? He picks the ball up. I think he saw that at the tail end of the run, left foot into the far corner. But previous to that, he's gone through about half the university team there as Declan Brown, and they've been probing throughout the whole match. And that is just a sumptuous finish from Declan Brown. He's gone full Lionel Messi there.
Ridiculous, couldn't stop him. It's the university can send this one forward. It's out of play. And I'm going to take, there's some dispute over who's got this, Callum or Declan. McNeil's backed in Callum. You've gone with Declan, Ash has gone with Declan. I've called Callum. 2 of us are right, 2 of us are wrong.
Clearly. Yeah, we really can't split them, and they're...
I thought it was Callum. It looked like he'd played the last 3 weeks, but I'm sure the viewers at home will let us know.
I was just looking at the screen when I saw the goal flash up. That's what I get for taking our producer's word as gospel.
Yeah, I think it might have been, but we'll see. Look Callum to my eye anyway. The Knights leading 1-0. Here's Tyler Harrison. That was mesmerising stuff. Samuel James, he punches it into the channel, and it's a dangerous ball. In the end, it'll be claimed by the keeper. And Uni looking to play the ball out here, a long searching one, not a bad option there, looking for Malangu. Just a bit too much on it in the end.
Throw in to Tyler Harrison. Sprays it out to Warren up. Again, Uni with pretty much a bank of 5 and a bank of 4. Preventing the Knights playing anything through the centre at the moment, so Harrison will initially look to play that long, instead goes to Bellini. Clearly working on their patience here are the Knights. Warren up, down the line to Brown, who bursts past one. He's got Curtis standing in the middle and goes back post. And just a missed touch there from Nate, and hit back in and eventually cleared from University. Another chance goes a-begging for Knights.
A few camera problems here at the moment. We'll hopefully have them sorted shortly. Apologies for that. Anyway, University deep in defence again. Knights really dominating the play at the moment. Here's Teddy Kadisha. Wide for Luke Warrener.
It's fuzzy.
Warrener swings it in. Lurking dangerously is Bellini. Get a shot away, still time, and now from distance goes Declan Brown. That one's wide, and there we go. I think we've got our camera fixed now. Lovely.
Yeah, that looks a lot better as Knights get the first corner of the match. Again, a bit of tall timber in their team. Harrison and Kadisha coming up, and the likes of Kurdistan and Naden will certainly look to probe in and around the 6-yard box, feeding off any scraps. Mladic, an experienced member of the team, over the ball. Walking towards the far post, and good headed clearance there from University, but we'll just repeat again for another corner. I think that was one of the big centre backs getting ahead to it. Lovely bit of eyebrow work there from someone in the stands. There's enough stuff in here for my article in the first 10 minutes as the head is cleared by University. Actually cleared. And McGregor just getting a fair few touches in it, but the wall pass from his centre back goes a bit too far. Left for Samuel James to take the throw. James looking for options. Goes back to Ladich. Saves the ball back, and now John O'Ladich in the centre of the park has Warrener in an absolute acre of space on the far side. Lets the ball come to him. Ladich receives again, well cut out there from Sekaguchi. And Uni will now look to play out. Nice little cheeky nutmeg there, but just left the foot in. Did Carnaby, and turnover falls to Kurdistan. Now Bellini trying to get on that left foot, went to curl it. And McGregor beats out Naden well. Looks to keep it in, but falls out of play. Naden back to James. Centre of the park to Ladich, who's looking to thread the eye of the needle there through the compact University defence. James to Naden. Receives it, and then James just scoops that one. Eventually falls to Naden, who keeps it in. McGregor with a wild clearance, and then Naden an absolute fresh air. He has 3 Uni plays on him, still gets the ball in. And eventually cleared by Uni, as far as McGregor gets absolutely cleaned up afterwards. And no foul given by the Poison Ivy. Bit stiff there. Fahey tries to get a touch on it. Eventually falls out of play. So we had possession stats here for this Summer Cup. It is all nights here today, and Kadisha gives it out. Fahey 1v1 with Harrison, but a good strong header from the former Zebras man. Now his Knights talisman at the back. And just a bit of miscommunication there from the left wingers of Knights, and a quick throw. Oh, just a great pace of track, and he's absolutely bowled over unceremoniously there from Brown. And if that was a little late, first slice of cheese already from the Poison Ivy. Pretty rash challenge there, tracking back from Brown. Just working on our technical issues here as University have their first opportunity of the match.
Leave it off now for the second camera here for this free kick as University looking to strike back here. It's a set piece. And they conjure up, chipping it to the back post, and it's an easy collect there for James Wilson. Not troubled at all. And apologies for the camera issues. The AutoZone just wreaking havoc here this evening. Hopefully you're going to have that fixed for you very shortly. There's a long diagonal ball is going to be cut out there by Toby McGregor. And James tried to went around him, but easily dealt with in the end there by McGregor. Solid as ever in defence.
Throw in as far as Ladich. Back to Bellini, who's going to get his foot on the ball as much as possible. Roach sticks the leg out. As far as Ladich, who's passed it again to Warrener. Warrener now bursting down the wing to Brown. Bellini coming over to assist. Now Ladich. He's got a few options out wide. Tries to thread the needle to Kurdistan. Plays the one to Rifles. Just over the bar from Brown. That time it was definitely Callum. I can see the number 18 from up here on that one. Wasn't too far away. That was Callum Brown. Phil Pott will take the goal kick. He's got McGregor short should he aim to go there, but Naden pushes on. Out to Calaminios. It's long down the wing to nobody in particular. Warrener, plenty of time to head that one.
Just trying to get the focus in.
Brown, back to Warrener. Ladich, and Samuel James in an acre of space. Should he choose to go there? Eventually uses him. Now Naden, probably wanted the chip through ball, but not quite effective, so they'll cycle it the other way. Now Brown with Warner bombing on behind him. Good through ball into Kurdistan and just getting a toe in. Was the uni defender. And the third corner of the game for Glenorchy Knights. Making quickly. Now Brown. Assuming that is deflected. I had the pole in front of me for that one.
Yeah, it's certainly not his usual standard of delivery, but no, big deflection that one. And another corner here and another chance. Kurdistan perhaps makes something happen for the Knights. This one he goes deep, very deep. Got a bit too much of it. Just off the back of a head, and then the cleanest of clearances there from Sakaguchi. We'll continue to keep them pegged back in here. It's all one-way traffic early on. Knights stamping their authority on this game. Here's Samuel James. Ladic. Got one back there. Now they go across here. Innocent. Long ball. Straight over Facehead. Gave him no real chance there. It's pretty tough for the lone striker tonight. He's not really built like your prototypical centre forward to play that lone role. Certainly a player, Samuel Fahey, would rather be running in behind than battling in the air. So here's Tyler Harrison. Harrison with a long diagonal, trying to pick up the run of Callum Brown. He's quick, but he can't get to that one. Slightly overhit, and behind it goes for the goal kick.
Yeah, it's all been pretty well as predicted in the first 18 minutes of this game. Uni trying to play their compact defence. I guess they'll try and not let any more through in the rest of this half. Short goal kick. Taking a little bit of heavy touch and well charged down by Naden. Sakaguchi gets on from the sky expertly, and that's surely deflected off the Knights player. Kept in play. Actually heaved clear. And as far as Ladic, who was pretty eccentric outside of the football, back to his centre back, Teddy Kadisha. Again, Warrener.
I think my producer has just vindicated me, Paul. He said it was Callum with the opening goal, whoever it was. Unfortunately for us, the video he cuts out right as he turns, but who knows? It's a Brown boy with one of the goals of the year. That's the story here through 19 minutes anyway. It was truly a spectacular effort. Just beat about 6 defenders. It was shades of messy about it. Absolutely ridiculous.
You just thought that for all money someone would get a toe in eventually, and just the next thing you did at some point, you know, all of a sudden the rifling left foot shot hits the side netting, and yeah, one of the goals of the season already. Again, now we're saying it's Declan, so I think we'll give you a more definitive answer at halftime. I think we'll get onto the Dubious Goals panel, schedule an early meeting, and we'll have a look.
Can't tell them apart if they're standing next to each other, let alone from this distance, buddy. As Ladic sends it wide, and this is promising. Luke Warren has bombed on here, the fullback. And the stats man might be off to get us a conclusive answer here.
I'll tell you what, I hope he's been listening to our waffle for the last 2 minutes, and he's on the case as the resident stats man.
Anyway, another corner. They're mounting up here for the Glenorchy Knights. This is a barrage they're unleashing at the moment. Ladic to take. Plenty of players to pick out. Everyone back in defence here for Uni. That's a fizzing ball. Keeper doesn't really deal with it. Bellini back into the middle, then hammered away. Kadisha chases it down. Has to go to his fullback. Reading the intent was McGregor, and now perhaps a chance here for University on the break. Storming forwards, it was just the wrong option chosen there by Malungu.
Just a heavy touch from Malungu there. He was in between minds whether to play it to Faye or keep going himself, and just left enough there for Warrener to stick a leg out. As Warrener will Get that one back to Wilson. Who, must be getting pretty cold out there in Glenorchy Knights goals. Looking for options is James. There's the long ball to Kurdistan over the head of Kalminios. As far, Sekiguchi letting that one run, and Bellini pounces quickly on it, gets the return ball from Kurdistan. Now Brown, who's running into a bit of a uni sandwich, but that hasn't stopped him tonight, or at least one of them. Fahy now trying to play that centre forward role, and surely had a bit of a shirt pull there by the Knights player. Poison Ivy strutting forward confidently, but not distributing any cheese. Directing traffic as always is the big Poison Ivy. Ladic seems to be the culprit of the foul. And what can Uni do? They've got a fair few players falling. They'll heave that one into the night sky. Wilson elects not to come. Flick on header there from Merry, but will eventually fall into the grateful arms of Wilson. The Knights players streaming out of defence as Uni immediately run back to their compact back nine. Kadisha. Now to Warrener. They've had a little more success on that left-hand side comparative to everywhere else tonight. Now Ladic. It's to Harrison. James and Naden just about work it out. Malungu couldn't quite get the toe in. Lovely little back heel there towards Bellini, who goes the extravagant chip through ball, but falls into the arms of Philpott. Looks forward towards Roach, wins the flick on header. Fahy again, chest down, Kadisha all over the back of him. And does well. Does Teddy Kadisha. Now Nick Naden again looking for the first time ball. And Kurdistan couldn't quite get there.
When you watch the replay, I'm saying it is Callum Brown. Well, I think you can see the 19 hovering in the background. If you go back about 2 minutes, unfortunately our Zoom problems killed us. But it looks like it was Callum who scored goal of the year. And that's why it's 1-0. No, you weren't at producer Ash, you went with the 19. Well, that's hedging your bets. Because viewers at home wondering why I'm conversing with myself. Apologies, got the producer in here. Anyway, throw in here as the bombardment will be relieved for a moment. McGregor has defended his flank well, but he's going to have to do a lot more defending before the night's out the way this game is going. Caught a little bit late there was Roach. He needs to start getting his foot on the ball a little bit. For the Bees, he is such a key mover for him. He's capable of a goal. If they're going to get back into it, I think Thomas Roach is going to need to play a big role for them.
Yeah, I think someone from this university team really needs to stamp their authority on this game as Malungu down the wing looks to set up Malungu, but he's pulled offside. Almost immediately back to the Knights. Most of their fan base electing to stand outside tonight. It's a warm evening by KGV standards. In the wet area behind the goal as Warrener picks it up. Passes that one straight to the Uni defender Kalminios, but turned over immediately. Now Harrison. Aiden making the inside run in front of McGregor, and he's managed to get the ball. Lovely chip over the top, but unfortunately couldn't quite reel that one in. That's as far as that one went, so Philpott with another goal kick. Expect this to go towards the Roach direction. Dropped that a little short, ends up at the feet of Roach, and Bellini uses his body well. James, Kurdistan. Now Brown running through the middle, another shot on goal. There's goal number 2 for the Glenorchy Knights. A lovely pick up from Bellini. Nice pass from Kurdistan and cool, calmly finished there. And that looks like 19 receiving the plaudits this time.
Yeah,
Declan Brown.
One each. So Declan on the scoreboard this time, but it's the Brown boys just getting it done here for Glenorchy Knights. We have a look at the replay, all too easy through the middle. You could drive a truck through that gap, and Declan Brown isn't the size of a truck. He just slid on through and said, thank you very much. It's 2-0, unless something changes quickly. And indeed, something is going to change. University heading to the substitutes. So an early trigger being pulled here. Ruben Witt is going to replace Stuart Carnaby. So,
interchange or substitute?
No, substitute. So that's done.
Second goal of the game.
Substitution.
Number 19, Declan Brown.
I think it is anyway. There's a long driving ball over the top. So Declan Brown joining his brother on the score sheet. Just rewatched that. He's beaten 6 defenders on that first goal. I still can't process that. 2-0, and the Glenorchy Knights, well, they've been a bit of a hype team throughout the pre-season. You're seeing light tonight. They've come to play, and they're delivering. How will University respond here? Got some territory here at least.
Certainly do. I just hope Carnaby doesn't do what his almost namesake Carney did the other week and storm off at half-time. Let's hope that's not too many issues there with the season right around the corner as the throw-in. Good hold-up play from Faye. Managed to turn Kadisha, but unfortunately when you're the star striker, you've already got the ball there. There's not really anyone else in the 6-yard box as James storms forward. Naden Kadisha after it. Beats McGregor. Oh, that's an absolutely delightful through ball. Brown takes it off the toe of the uni defender, but just leaves it a bit out there for Calaminios. McGregor now with 2 to beat, but manages to win the throw-in, so a bit of pressure relief there from McGregor.
Yeah, just wanted the left foot a little too much there, did Brown. The defender back in, a long ball for Roach. Put it in the air, but lost out. Now it's Brown driving at the defence again, drops it off for Bellini. It's someone who's left sliding it through, looking for Kurdistan, but Massive was there to break it up, and then a delightful pass to Spring Kenneth Track. It was brought down from behind, but no call. And it's Callum Brown now. He's immediately dispossessed. Roach is willing his team back into this one, covering the territory. Now back, helping out his defence. Long diagonal from Calminios. McGregor, an ever-willing worker. Big James, he's going to have to beat Bellini as well, though. Couldn't do, and then it's hoofed and comes down with snow on it. And headed into touch as we approach the half-hour mark here. It's Glenorchy Knights, 2-0. Goals from Declan and Callum Brown. Mladic, rare sloppy touch from him. Lungu. Good shit.
Eventually heaved clear. Faye not electing to chase that one down, not under too much pressure. Was Tyler Harrison. Kadisha. It's out wide to Warrener. Again, Warrener's had a fair bit of space to move down that left-hand side so far. Expect to see him continue to bomb on. It's a nice switch of play to Harrison. James and Naden switching positions. Harrison goes down a little theatrically, and it's just over the head of Brown. Quick release to the substitute. It'll be Ruben Witt out on the far side. He gets there and takes it off the toe of Calaminios. Here's Brown, beats one already. There's Kurdistan in the box, goes near post, but no one at the back post. Running in behind the unrecognised territory, Kurdistan. There's it, and here's to Malungo. Has to play the ball to himself. Just about gets there. Faye versus Kadisha. Cuddly Teddy Bear's got plenty of time to work that one out.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far, the Teddy Bear in defence. He's tracked back everything and sweeping up quite nicely back there. Here's Declan Brown.
I hope Kadisha and Alex Holmes for Olympia never have a centre-back combination.
Oh, there is some potential there, that's for sure. But, see them marking each other in the upcoming Laka Seljuk Cup clash. Knights drawing Olympia in the first round as a silky touch from Callum Brown. He's off to the races again. Beats one. Can he do it all again here? Brown this time. Calminios stood up and won the challenge. Brown wins it back. He's still not done, but he was absolutely out on his feet by that point. He's an absolute wrecking ball down this left at the moment, Callum Brown.
He absolutely is, and you almost expect him to beat all 4 players after he's done it once already. It's quite ridiculous when set with that position. As you see the Knights go again. Naden looking to get him behind and had it clear from McGregor as far as Brown. To Bellini. Naden with James overlapping. Back to Bellini. James has got a fair bit of space here if he wants to cross it in. Elects to do so, but well cleared at the first instance. Poison Ivy upset with something here. And be nice.
There was some little afters from Callum Brown after his run. He did lash out a little bit there at Calminios after he'd won the ball back. So I think he's just telling him to settle it down perhaps. And now having a word with Innocent Malangu, who didn't like the treatment his teammate had received. But just sensible reffing here, I think, from Ivan. Just calming things down a little. No need to really boil over.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to hold back a outfield player every single game he referees or that we live stream, so good bit of refereeing here, just preventing that situation. Just throw in taken by Knights. James receives that one again, looks to go to the back post. Well cleared from Calaminios. And falls out for a throw. Warren up into Brown. Down there linking up, that's a commentator's nightmare when they're on the far side. Brown's got it.
That off the Callum variety. Went to James. Oh, good save in the end. Had to be strong, and he was. It was a pretty good hit from Samuel James. But Philpott, a safe pair of hands.
Yeah, good hands there from Philpott. Now Uni. Attacking potential and storming run, getting past Kadisha. There's 2 in the box if he likes to cut it back. Goes himself and just wide. That was a fantastic run there from track. He's got pace to burn down that right-hand side, and with Warren bombing on, that is one area where Uni couldn't get back into the game.
Just curled at the last moment past the post. It was a terrific run. Searing stuff from Kenneth Track. He's been one that's really caught the eye. Kadisha needs to just watch the hand there with the shirt grab there, but gets away with it, and Kenneth Track is perhaps Uni's best chance of getting back into this one. So we saw there, he is a game breaker. Just wide of the post there. First time they've really threatened in the half, the Bees. Kadisha with a long direct ball looking for Kurdistan, who's in behind Merry here and winks it back. There's no one there though, except for McGregor. Bounced awkwardly, and now it's won back by Nick Naden. The centering ball will easily be dealt with though, only as far as Declan Brown. He goes for Callum Brown and then links up again with his brother. Soldiering on was Brown and diving on top of it again, the keeper. It's good stuff from Philpott. And that kick was not such good stuff. Goes straight to Samuel James, and Knights regain possession immediately.
Outside of distribution, Philpott's had a pretty good game so far from the keeper. Not much you could do about both goals. One was a piece of individual brilliance, and the other one could have driven a Mack truck through, leaving him pretty exposed as McGregor takes it off the toe of Samuel James, and that one's ended up in Anthill Street, so hopefully the ball is pretty close at hand. Another souvenir for those behind us in the grandstand. James to Bellini. Harrison and Ladich offering. Ladich just mispasses it. McGregor all right to the feet of Faye. Finally gets some service. Got Track on the overlap, and Warren just gets a toe in. A dangerous option. It's Kurdistan now looking to go the other way. Brown finds Bellini. Now to John O'Ladich. Bellini's trying to size himself up for a shot there. You can see he's keen. Brown, a lovely through ball. Kurdistan just sliding in. That's a great challenge there from Calaminios. Goal kick awarded initially, but now corner kick, says the Poison Ivy.
Another chance here is a great ball from Declan Brown. Nick Naden in behind. Calminios sliding across. Keeper going to claim it, but no such luck. So another corner opportunity. They're mounting up here for the Knights. Third goal before half-time would just about kill things off. They're really on top at the moment as Brown prepares to swing this one in. Callum Brown delivers near post, headed away. Only as far as Kadisha in the box, and now lashing at it. Here's the defender. Deflects behind for another corner.
Another corner again. Knights applying the pressure pretty consistently throughout this first half. And they made pretty good purchase with that, but a lot of university bodies in front. There's Glenorchy over the dead ball situation again. Who's near post this time, but well cleared by the students. Brown, who was sitting outside the box during that corner, picks it up, but a throw in given to Knights. Brown from that position before where he made that mazy run. Likes to pass. University now with the ball track. Works some space, eventually gets himself a throw in. Takes it himself. Sekaguchi. Playing it out through defence for about the first time this evening, and McGregor's absolutely shanked that one, unfortunately. Puts his hand up immediately to Innocent Mahalungu.
Rare error there from McGregor. Usually spends it pretty wisely. Here's Jono Ladich on the ball. Kurdistan beats one. Again, there was plenty of space there, but the pass was poor. Pick out Bellini. Samuel James industrious, but well read by McGregor. Sees it out of play. 7 minutes before the half. They can ill afford to concede another one before the break. Luke Warner looks to drive the play forward for Knights. Slides it through for Declan Brown. He goes back to Ladich. Broken up by Malungu. He works it back to Toby McGregor. Sets his frontman a task here, but running out of real estate on the near side touchline. Franco Pravidi and James Sherman there. He wouldn't tell it from Shermy's expression, but I think they'd be pretty content with how things are playing out thus far.
I'd hope they're pretty content. Always a bit serious there is the Shermanator when the game's on.
Real game face from the general.
What you need is Ladich. Finds Brown. Left a foot in there, did track. Kadisha now will just have a look at where to go. It's Ladich. Not a whole lot of options at present for the Knights going forward. They'll just keep possession for the time being. Playing a pretty patient game here, knowing that already got 2 goals up their sleeve. Kurdistan really dropping in. And now Brown. Back heel from Bellini. It's almost party time, and Kurdistan really put that one in. Eventually, Uni get the ball, but again, just retaining possession once they clear it has been an issue throughout the first 40 minutes, and Knights are just happy to go again.
Yeah, monopolising the ball at the moment. And Samuel Fay getting a lot of supply up top, leading the line. Knights will get the throw in here. Game firmly in their grasp at the moment. Here's Alessandro Bellini. Plays a nice little 1-2, broken up though. Malungu backs away out of play for another Knights throw. Samuel James. Naden was in space. Instead, he goes inside for Brown. Ladich. Sliding challenge there. Declan Brown plays a 1-2. Declan Brown looking to spring Bellini. It's backs to the walls type defending here. Callum Brown this time. He looks to combine, and his pace brings him in behind. The long levers of Massive was there. He won the challenge with Jonathan Merry and used all of his 20 feet frame there.
Absolutely did, just sticking a leg out. We've got a few giraffes up in the NPL. I think Mary's now my giraffe of the Summer Cup with those type of legs, as that's a long ball with Malungu looking to chase it down in a foot race with James. Gets there Heavy touch, gets it in the box. Oh, he takes it off the toe of Harrison. That's Roach actually, and eventually a bit of defensive help there from Ladich. Back heels in the own half is an interesting feature. Risky play there.
Shows they're confident.
Yeah, it certainly does. Throw in quickly taken there by Dipololi. Get the name right. Fay in a foot race with Harrison. And Samuel James. Wilson getting a rare touch on proceedings. To Kadisha. And Brown just pretty much having most of the centre of the park to himself throughout this first half. Really looking to play it wide at every opportunity at the moment of Knights. That's a raking ball just over the head of Lukey Warren. He needed to be a bit of Jonathan Merry's 20-foot frame in order to get that one.
A giraffe is really what I reckon more of a brachiosaurus. Just
something a bit sturdier, even bigger.
Something even bigger. As Uni work it forward to Roach. Then Knights quickly winning the ball back, and Ladich just chipping one. It spills to the middle in dispute. Picked up there by Malungu. Again, they've lost it. Brown to James, just not enough composure here at the moment from the Bees. Bellini surrounded by yellow shirts. And Fay just put it behind Kenneth Track, did him no favours whatsoever there. Warner smashing it high. Down in there for Merry with a misstep, and then an opportunistic strike. Finds the back of the net. Theo Kurdistan picked that out. Well, we've seen a couple of absolute stunners tonight. It fell to him, and with a swing of his right boot, he's picked up the bottom corner.
From absolutely nothing, Theo Kurdistan has seen Callum Brown and attempted to raise that 35 yards, just a swing of the right foot. And that is absolutely superb from the young Knights striker, with more established players like Engels and Nowicki not in. Just a high ball in the end, and Malungu just with a missed touch and without even thinking, first time right in the bottom corner. Theo Kurdistan picked that one out.
Inspired stuff. And the Knights, they're flying. This will be a good angle, I reckon. It was a poor ball in the end to Merry, really. And Kurdistan's out off it. After it again, Merry wins this battle. Unfair to him there on the original call, I think. It was really his fault. As Harrison works it back to his keeper, and at 3-0 heading into half-time. This game well and truly within the Knights' keeping. They are, as we've said a number of times, an NPL team and a championship body, and boy are they showing it at the moment.
I wonder what Olympia Warriors are thinking of this first half as they do some homework for the big clash on Easter Monday.
They'll be quite familiar with them after last year, but obviously have added further reinforcement. Callum Brown has demonstrated by that opening goal, has taken another leap. That Lacquer Cup game is going to be absolutely fantastic. Easter Monday, 6 o'clock at Warrior Park. We'll definitely be bringing that one to you as Brown wins the ball off track. It's spit wide though, and Track's able to recapture it. His pass blocked off though. Just blocking off that passing lane. Treading on the ball is Brown. It regains it, plays a 1-2, and now driving the play forwards. Not his best pass, it's easily broken up. 1 minute of added time. Signalled down there by Alastair Cook, the fourth official. This Uni would dearly love a lifeline, something to get themselves back into this contest before the break. And that one moment with Kenneth Track firing wide of the post, but apart from that, there's been precious little. Well, McGregor, even he's making errors now. Coughed it up a bit too easily there. Declan Brown, Bellini. Warner making a bursting run forwards, but was well tracked back by the winger, Kenneth Track. Tyler Harrison, and Knights send it wide again for James. Naden hugging the touchline, but he's content to control possession here at the moment. The magic man, Bellini, gets his head up and runs at the defence. Deal with that comfortably enough. Merry, McGregor, and that will be all she wrote for a thoroughly dominant first 45 minutes from the Glenorchy Knights. They're 3 goals to the good, 2 absolute wonder goals. The first from Callum Brown, who beat nearly every man on the pitch on his way to hitting the back of the net. Siyar Kurdistan then smashing one in from distance for the third, and in between it, Declan Brown sliding in between the defence. And at half-time, this one might already be over. It's Glenorchy Knights with one hand on the Summer Cup trophy. They're leading 3 goals to nil.
Yeah, certainly are. And whilst we're hoping for a nice tight contest, staying even when you got 2 goals at the level of Brown and Kurdistan's, you've just got to take that. There's some wonderful entertainment in this Summer Cup.
A smile on Franco Praviti's face there, and why not?
If Sherman's not going to smile, Praviti might as well.
Yeah, you're not going to get a smile from the Iceman Sherman. So we have a look at George Allard and Matthew Nowicki in the stand. So I think they've got players of that quality just sitting in the grandstand having a watch.
Yeah, just a reminder to those watching out there, this is the Knights reserves.
Settle, Fancy, settle. So we'll have a look at the goals, and let's just sit back and enjoy that opening one from Callum Brown. This is Kurdistan's, in fact, this is the third one, so slightly miscontrolled, and boy are they made to pay. That is a wonder strike from Siyar Kurdistan, who takes his chance with a bomb, and just left the small opening. He leapt on it. He was like the seagull on the chip there. It was a truly wonderful hit. Just a miscontrol. Mary couldn't get there. Bang.
Just the awareness. Even Toby McGregor there with a smirk on his face. A whole lot you can do with the awareness that Kurdistan showed there.
So that was the third of the half. 3-0 the score. As we head into the break, we might get you the first couple before we take a break. And well, this is the tail end of Callum Brown just waltzing through. It started on the wing. He beat about 4 defenders before that bit, and then smashed it into the back of the net. And that was 1-0 off and racing inside of 10 minutes. His twin brother and joined in on the act and made it 2-0.
Yeah, absolutely superb goal there as we went back slightly. Just a brilliant move to get around 3 of them. And again, there was about 3 ball before that. That is superb work from Brown. And surprised his teammates aren't slightly more G'd up after that one. I'd be over the moon from number 19.
Yeah, just really. I mean, that was ridiculous, the goal. Maybe they're so used to seeing him do that over the pre-season. Then just the defensive positioning caught out there at the back uni. All too easy for Declan Brown. That was 2-0. And at the break, it's 3-0 in favour of the Knights. We'll be back shortly with the second half. Uni, we're hoping to make a comeback, but it'll be a pretty drastic change after the 45 minutes we've just witnessed from Knights.
On those people, you probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll be in focus down there. If you're going any further, it'll go out of focus. This is how the manual lens is. So everything is in focus when you keep it on the third of the screen. Probably that group of people there consuming there, that'll be in focus. Down here, if you're zooming that line, it'll go out of focus. It's too close anyway, so you just come back a bit. Not when you focus. That's why our hand goes on there.
Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll fly. We'll fly away, away, away. Yeah, we'll fly. Oh, we'll fly.
back for the second half. Here in the Summer Cup final, it's Glenorchy Knights holding sway firmly in the ascendancy with a 3-0 lead. Goals from the Brown brothers and Siak Kurdistan have this one well within their keeping. And we're underway in the second 45, and University work their way back into this one, or is it going to be the Knights soldiering on to victory? The way the first 45 went, that's certainly the more likely of the outcomes. Uni looking to explode out of the blocks here and pressuring them into a mistake, but they keep control of the ball nicely and work it to Samuel James. He cuts inside. Kadisha pushing it down the middle to Brown. Ladich. This time pass from Bellini looking for Kurdistan. Taken down by Brown but turned over. Perhaps now University can try and counter here the other way. Looks like they've moved a few bodies around here in the second half. Kenneth Track looking to get himself involved, as was Sekaguchi. Faye was there, works it to Track. Track up against Warrener. And Warrener steers it out of play.
Done well there, Warrener, with the pace of Track, looking to knock it down the line and give himself some space to run into, but really no changes from the Knights at half-time as that one goes down to the corner. Kadisha uses his body well against Roach. Roach manages to win it back. Toe in. Back to the substitute Witt. He wins the foul off Callum Brown. Looking to take it himself. And gonna let a couple of the taller bodies from Uni get up there, but Witt plays it short. Kurdistan immediately pressuring Sekaguchi. Wide to Malangu. Good solid challenge in there from Samuel James. Kalaminios manages to break that one down. And eventually University win the throw-in. My apologies, not going the Knights' way. James strides forward to take this one on the far side. That an Ivy pulling him up there for stealing about 5 yards too much. Preferably, always good to do that when you don't have the halfway line as a good marker for the referee. On searching ball towards Kurdistan. Kalaminios clears that one, but Kadisha plenty of time to play that back to Wilson, who come down with snow on it again with that one. Ladich sweeping in front of the back four as he's done expertly well all night. Left that one a bit short, did Kadisha. And Uni now swarming a bit more as packs. Before they were sitting very, very defensively and looked like they're almost playing a 5-4-1 at most stages in that first half. It's gone to more of a back four. As Knights now continuing to play it around amongst themselves.
And it's just getting himself into a little bit of trouble. And this is Kenneth Track. He's really went behind his teammate though, steered away by James. Roach looked it back to Track and played by Ruben Witt, the Knights player, and into touch for a throw in. It's going to take something pretty special for Uni from here. They need to strike early. They don't need any chance of charging back into this one. It's going to be a tough margin to haul back in. Witt with the long throw in. Nodded up. Witt again takes it down. Looks to charge towards Cole. Tried an ambitious volley, I think, but that was blocked. Run it back nicely. Turns. He's surrounded by Knights players here. Eventually they can spy to win it back, and Callum Brown takes a man on. Oh, he's a player filled with confidence at the moment.
Oh, absolute tech is there from Callum Brown. Little roll over and managed to get a cheeky nutmeg in there as well. He's absolutely on fire as Warrener launches that one down to the equally silky-footed Bellini, but just hoofs that one towards Joel Philpott, who's fairly steady in goals this evening. Been a few wonder strikes gone against his way. An opportunity for Faye to get him behind, but Harrison comes across and sweeps that one up well. Really starting this half a bit more on the front foot.
Yeah, found a bit more play Knights in than we saw in the first half. They really penned back deep from large swathes of that half. Now they win themselves a corner here. If they're going to just tease and stay on the line, it does, and in the end it'll be a throw in. Perhaps a chance for Tomatavi, who's obviously been subbed on, to launch one into the box. Laid back. The situation seemed to be under control at the back, and then effort bounces up awkwardly on Wilson, who just about deals with it. Uni pressing hard here. Knights scrapping away at the back. Here's a chance. McGregor bombing on, cuts it back, looking for his forward fade, but Teddy Kadisha had his positioning spot on again.
Yeah, great positioning there from Kadisha. If you have a look at that replay, an awkward bounce. Oh, took a fairly big one off the turf there and almost spun the other direction. Bit of a wrong and almost wrong footing Wilson.
A real Brad Hawk type number, that one. Some serious kick to it.
I was thinking more Anil Kumble just kicking off and going the opposite way, but yeah.
Well, moved too far sideways for it to be a nil, because this one swung dangerously. The back post, and the volley is wide. Didn't make the contact there. Ruben Witt, he was in acres of space. It was a tough chance. It came to him at some pace at a pretty awkward height, but his effort not good enough there. And if they are going to get themselves back into this game, they're going to need to take one of these half chances.
Yeah, it certainly are. University, and it's not a bad height for Witt, but just real contact made on that one. As a throw in from McGregor. Looking for Roach. McGregor now searching up ahead, but nothing doing there, as we'll try and get a confirmation of this University substitution.
It's definitely Tomatavi who came on, and I like the move. He's a creative player. He makes things happen. I'm surprised he wasn't in the starting lineup, to be honest, as that one is out of play. Warren up the throw in. He wanted to go back to Kadisha, but that was closed down by Faye. Instead goes to Declan Brown. Ladich. Now Warrener. Fall past that one. Pick out Callum Brown. Close up the throw in here. We're getting nice and personal there. With the Ruben Witt. Well read there by Callum Brown. And then he seizes on the ball and starts running at the defence. Just a slightly heavy touch. It's dealt with by Merritt. It's threatening again the ever lively Callum Brown.
I think it's Richard Depaoli who's departed. I haven't seen a number 3 out there for Uni so far, particularly in the centre path, as Kenneth Track. A nice step over, tries to play in Alungu, but well cut out again from Tyler Harrison. And to search it forward to Bellini. Kurdistan trying to get in between McGregor with the pace tracking back. Ends up out wide, gets it on the right foot, low drive to the back corner. And could not keep that one out. Philpott, that is goal number 4
Nick
for the Knights. And Nick Naden out on the right wing. One of the first touches of the half for Naden results in the Knights' 4th.
Yeah, how's the acceleration in the box here from Nick Naden? Just bought himself some room, tore away from the defender with his first touch, and then drove it back across the keeper. 4-0. It's definitely a lights out here for Uni. They're not coming back from this. It's a real show they're putting on. And bang, just slides past the defender. Beats the keeper into the far corner. Nicholas Naden, he gets in on the act. And Knights are running it right at KG5 in the Summer Cup final. They are running up the score here. It's looking like it's going to be a most emphatic of victories to start this huge season for the Glenorchy Knights, as Kenneth Track trying to get the better of Warrener there. Couldn't do so. Now dangerously Brown looking to lead out the counter-attack. Well, that was nicely done there by Sekaguchi. Across to Witt. He goes into the middle for Faye. Couldn't find Roach. And now back the other way in acres of space. Here is Brown. He's got pace to burn. He'll look to take on Calminios here, surely. Drops the shoulder. Oh, that was a bit of a push there, I thought, for Calminios. He gets away with it. He got himself in trouble with that action there. But avoids the trouble, I think, because he stayed on his feet.
I think so. He certainly dug the shoulder in. Yeah, did Calominios. He certainly had a plan to try and keep Brown on his left foot as much as possible on that opportunity, but you know, it was About a 50-50 borderline one. See what Uni do from the goal kip. Launch towards a Roach, but as far as Ladich, Sekaguchi now looking to get that one out wide. Merry quite make the contact he wanted, and Knights are in again. It's a lovely through ball and just wide. You would expect him to score there with Brown, but no luck there as it's a nice late run getting in behind Sekaguchi, and unfortunately Brown just could not quite make the contact.
Yeah, Declan just wide of the mark, but some worrying signs here for University. They're being pulled apart at the back here, and the Glenorchy Knights look like a team ready to run up the score here. They look very much in the mood for more goals. And they want to start this season off in style. They want to get themselves promoted by winning the championship, but they've laid their intentions clear. They wanted to win every tournament they're playing in this year. Summer Cup, Lacquer Cup, the league. They've got a deep squad, and they're showing they're going to be a real force in Tasmanian football this year. Every goal they score is just leaving me anticipating this Easter Monday game more and more. Here comes University now, back the other way, Malungu. Oh, a lovely bit of skill there to get the better of James. Drops a shoulder, now he charges to the byline. Can he pick someone out with a cross? Only Tyler Harrison, who's chopped up anything that's come his way in defence tonight. Play intelligently as ever. That's Dicey though, and Kenneth Track pounces, 2 to beat. The numbers went out. Luke Warrener banging out Kadisha in the end. Brown now, and defence turning into attack in the blink of an eye. That's going to be a slice of cheese for Kenneth Track. That was very late.
Yeah, a bit frustrated at not quite making the most of that half opportunity there from before. Kenneth Track really need to hit that first time as he got in behind Kadisha and Warrener, and then lashing out afterwards. No doubt there about the slice of cheese just out to Kenneth Track. Not even there too much to think about there, looking in the direction of Brown, and gets the header up. The header there, putting it back and body underneath. Back out to Warrener. A whole lot to aim for, so sends one down the line for Calaminios to chase. Brown for company, and eventually wins a throw in, looping that one over the Knights bench. Get a nice zoom in of this throw in.
A nice zoom in on the scoreboard, which is very nice reading for Glenorchy Knights fans. And it could get better yet.
I don't think it's the first Friday night we're going to have this year with the Knights banging a few away.
They'll run up the score a few times this year. I'm sure there's too many defences in the championship that's going to be able to withstand this type of attacking firepower. Hell, I'm not sure there's not many defenders in the state who are capable of going toe-to-toe with Callum Brown. He's looking absolute dynamite at the moment. James Sherman almost cracking a smile there on the sidelines, so it must be going well.
Yeah, according to plan for Knights so far. University just happy to play it out, although clearly got a deflection there, so managed to relieve some pressure potentially. McGregor charging forward to take the throw in. A couple of options, hits Roach and then shakes one off the shin pad in the track direction, trying to get that spinning ball down. Always difficult. Warrener on the direct traffic, but good pressure in the end will lead Minios to launch that one forward. Roach v Harrison, a little miscommunication there between Wilson and Harrison, but eventually dealt with by the defender, going for the safety first approach. Ball retrieval from Malunga. Receive that one immediately. James trying to pressure. No Roach. Oh, manages to skip past one. There's a couple in the box here. Getting to the head of Faye, but Kadisha gets a head in, and University certainly their first corner of this second half.
That's what Thomas Roach can do. He wasn't far away, stretching there. Teddy Kadisha did really well, but Roach, a lovely bit of skill to get around Tyler Harrison there. Got himself some space. And Samuel Fay was primed to nod that one home, if not for the intervention of Teddy Kadisha. He's really making this centre-back position his own. Around a couple of clubs now, Kadisha, but just found his spot here. As Tomatavi prepares to take this corner for the Bees. He swings it towards the back post, and the big hulking figure of Jonathan Merry was there. He moses after that to keep it in, but unsuccessfully. Gundy, the coach at the University there, he probably knows this one is beyond him. There's some action on the bench here for University. It looks like, well, it must be interchanged because that's Stuart Carnaby coming back on. So he's going to come on for Innocent Malungu.
Could be a tactic to earn a forfeit, so it's only a 3-0 loss there from University if it is indeed substitution.
That would be cunning, wouldn't it? The old FIFA trick when you're losing 5-0, start getting everyone sent off.
Just get everyone sent off, red card the keeper, go full FIFA 2002 on them and make the game end. Gundy thinking outside the box there. Push that one back in. Witt tries to get that one down. Brown, not much luck there, track. Gets a foot to it and surely goes in the back of the Knights player there. No foul given. Knights do win the throw in. We look at the University bench as well as Warrener's throw in. Flicked on by Bellini. Kurdistan getting a touch on it, gets it out wide, and a little miscommunication from James. And the latest goal scorer, Naden there. So a turnover. Inside to the substitute Atavi. Actually launched forward, and now Harrison. Kadisha manages to get round Fahey rather well between the two of them. And back to the keeper, Wilson. Still trying to play a bit of keep ball here. The Knights. Launch forward, Mary coming across. Must have lost that one in the lights there. It's a lovely chip ball through. Kurdistan first time on the left foot volley. He's tried to go Robert Van Persie at the last World Cup there.
Yeah, shades of the RVP. The goal is Kenneth Truck is going to be replaced by Sam Howcroft. And, I was actually thinking Timmy Cahill, just reminiscent of that left-footed volley. But unsuccessful. He's already got one stunning goal to his name tonight, Kurdistan. Making ominous signs for the rest of the Vito Southern Championship here. They've put 4 past Beachside in the semi. They've put another 4 already past Uni here tonight. And they're only going to get stronger as the season wears on, you'd have thought, Knights. So, given the money they've spent, you'd expect them to be winning the league, but they could well do it an absolute canter the way they're playing and could go on to even bigger things, as this one is tracked down and cut back. It's a dangerous ball and headed just wide of the mark. I think that was Carnaby, was it, with the header? Just past the post. It's fantastic work tracking it down there from Thomas Roach, who's starting to come into the game a bit in the last 10 minutes.
Well, it certainly is, and that was indeed Carnaby lurking out at the back post. And it's quite a difficult chance, but really great cross from Roach. And now we'll look back in that direction as well, with going to be the 2 number 4s going at each other. Roach in the centre. Storming run on the right hand, so Roach goes himself, but wide of the target for a goal kick, and back on Knights. All the championship season, I'd almost expect him to go undefeated with the no difference that we've seen tonight. 4-0 past Beachside, 4-0 past Uni, who you'd expect to be 2 of the teams really challenging them this year. Maybe Taruna as well,
34.
with a chance.
34 that you'd expect to be up there. So ominous signs indeed from the Glenorchy Knights. To get themselves promoted, but the way they're playing tonight, make a decent cup run again too, as Kurdistan. Oh, that was wonderful stuff. Gets it to Declan Brown, buys himself some room, and at the last second, it was Sekaguchi who came across, and the deflected shot will be easily gathered. It was almost Declan Brown joining in on the wonder-goal action. This is going to be a quite handy highlights reel they're putting together, the Knights.
It's certainly one well worth watching afterwards. Just couldn't quite keep that one in this time between McGregor and Carnaby.
Probably the second best highlights reel behind Giving the Sword that you'll see, I reckon.
I reckon so. I mean, that will forever and always be number one. It will take about 10 of those Brown goals to ever beat that. Closely followed by Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
So that was the theme. It's one video, Bunty. You're inventing stuff you think it's two of them.
I am.
Anyway.
Actually, was there a ring?
It wasn't. There you go, get on it. New Cup edition. Well, there might be some nice goal highlights they can put in the next one. Gallon Brown. The first one is a long ball over the top. Nick Naden is searching for it, but Big Mary has that one well under control. So 65 minutes passing here at KG5. The match essentially over, but we might get a quality goal or two. Slightly suspect distribution there, and it won't be made to pay on this occasion though. Not still swarming and hunting in packs. Keen for it there, but it's University now looking to spring Samuel Fay. And again, Tyler Harrison in command at the back. The central defender. And Pearson in the start. Goalkeeping depth too. The club. Nesta for number one through much of the pre-season, unavailable tonight, so James Wilson steps up. Very number two to have. Here's Kadisha. Tyler Harrison worked for that one. Carnaby puts the pressure in.
I've just got the one.
There's Harrison again. And the sting perhaps going out of this one with the result well and truly locked away now. Although here's a chance, picked up, and it's University. It's a Tavi. It's wide. In contact with that one at all. So shanked it. Franco Praviti just not happy with the standard slipping the last few minutes there. A little bit animated.
No, did just comment on it. The sting going out, but I think it's a 90-minute effort here. There's Coach Praviti. A couple of opportunities lately at University.
Warriors, so this is as good a hit out as you get beforehand. I think they'll be keen to enter that game, having played a sloppy final 20 or so. They'll want to keep scoring goals and go in confidence, buzzing, and they've played so far. Quite the test, Olympia, long diagonal on the speed of Brown. He'll get there before keeper really not quite. Well done in the end from Philpott, body on the line. Did it nicely, speaking of the body on the line. Solid challenges for the ball there. Here's Ladich, he just keeps it simple. He just knocks a pass to a free man and then moves into space, ready to receive again. He does it so effectively. And now it's Lukey Warner released down to the wing. Who can Warner pick out? He's got Naden at the back post, but he's closer to picking out the spectators behind the goal than Nick Naden on this occasion.
Unfortunately, closer to the wet area that time, and I just think forward for a moment to Easter Monday, and with the speed of Brown, they'd probably prefer the larger pitch of KGV. We spent a good portion of last season saying Olympia prefer being away from home. I think that role against the Knights will be reversed on this occasion. That absolute speed on that compact pitch doesn't usually have as much of an impact unless they sit particularly deep and counter, so it'll be interesting to see what Praviti does as we'll break from that for the moment. Mary gets a toe in, preventing the chip through ball from Kurdistan. Brown picks it up. Ladich with a rare mistouch. We'll see what Fahey can do here. Looking forward. Carnaby getting in behind. Just manages to keep the ball in. Probably try and play for a corner. In the end, hits it to the top of the box where Roach is. Hustled out of it for the moment. The long legs keeping it in. It eventually falls to him on the ground and goes out for a goal kick. The old crab soccer move there. Off the ground from Roach.
It just makes things happen. There's Thomas Roach as Jack Kupsch is going to come on here. And he will replace Samuel James. So, pair of fullbacks interchanging there. Like for like.
Much like for like change. Franco Praviti just trying out a few things ahead of next week's game. Yeah, just that pace, because Olympia have a lot of centre backs, but they're usually a little light on in terms of fullbacks. So that will be a crucial feature next week as Kadisha gets it restarted. To Warrener. Kadisha looking forward. Nice touch there. Matavi and Minios just knocks that one forward. One for Wilson to collect. Yeah, what are your thoughts on next week's Easter Monday one while we got a moment calling?
Just from the moment those names were drawn out against each other is for the anticipation. The cup final rematch in the round of 16. I'm not sure either of the clubs were particularly thrilled to have drawn each other. You've probably got two of the top 5 clubs in the state going head to head there, but look, I can't wait. I think it's going to be a fascinating game. I haven't seen a heap of Olympia just yet, obviously. I wasn't at the Rangers game on the weekend. I think we'll get a good idea of what to expect after Sunday when they take on the Devonport Strikers. It's another one we'll bring to you on the live stream, Sunday 2 o'clock. Olympia Devonport, so a big week for the Olympia Warriors, but we learned plenty from that. But I think this is a nice side that they're as good as the top 4 in the NPL. There's no reason they can't make another deep cup run as Naden's after this one, but Toby McGregor looks to back in his own pace against him. Very pacey customers, and in the end, sensibly lays it back to his centre half, Galminios. In the middle for the lively Roach. Slightly heavy touch from Fay, but there's plenty of space in front of him. And he surges into the box. Here's a chance for Samuel Fay. He opted to cut it back. It was deflected into the hands of James Wilson.
It's good team play there from Fay, but the little service he's had all day, you'd think you'd back yourself in to have a pop. Blame him for that. He did all of the effort there. Just unfortunate. He couldn't quite make contact on it as Atavi looks down the line. Witt and Warrener against each other, but Warrener gets that one up rather well. All right, good Falcon there on Witt, and he ends up with the ball again. Looks for the chip through ball. Charging through, it's a head collision. Nothing called from the referee. They're both bodies flying in. Wilson just gets there in time, and both eyes on the ball from the Knights and the University player there, but I suppose they didn't end up with at least someone with a sore head.
Yeah, this contest, both guys flying the ball lies only for the football, as you've said, is Alessandro Bellini. A little bit quiet tonight. Can he make something happen here? He chips into the path of Kurdistan, who looks to get in behind massive Merry, but unable to do so. And he'll receive the ball from his keeper here. Oh, that'll be pounced on by Callum Brown. A slightly heavy touch. Oh, the Falcon there on the magic man Bellini. Sharp turn from Brown. His twin brother wanted the ball early. Instead, he would knock one into the channel where an intelligent run was made by Nick Naden. But again, getting to a first was Philpott. He's been pretty good tonight in goals for Uni. He's been far from ashamed. His team have been outplayed. There's not been much he's been able to do, the keeper. There's Harrison. Some things well under control at the other end when Uni have gone forwards.
Yeah, Harrison and Kadisha have pretty much shielded just about everything that Uni have had to throw at them. A couple of little gaps in the last 10 minutes, but they'll be relatively happy as long as they can keep a clean sheet. We're at the last 17 minutes of this game. Now Warren up on the left wing, got Kurdistan centrally, or Brown on the wing. Bombing on is Warrener. He's then beaten out again. His teammate Brown gets him out of it in a lovely turn. Callum and Declan combining all wonderfully well and getting him behind the long 20-foot legs of Merry. Just getting there in time. Gregor clears the danger well. Harcroft combine well. Got the ball. And just about falls towards Atavi. Now Witt. Just overhit that one a bit, and Carnaby wasn't making the run. His teammate thought he was. So that's one run out again, just to kill as much time off the clock as possible. He's in no terrible hurry to get back for the goal kick. Well, it's going to look short for Kadisha, but might as well just get it out of there. Thompson looks down the line, tries to go to the feet of Bellini. Cut out, and it's Sekiguchi now. Eventually robbed, and the Magic Man, it's a lovely little through ball, and again Brown's in, and Nios gets a toe in. Really crucial toe poke away from the electric foot. Callum Brown.
Uni willing to pick themselves off the deck here for their own Lacquer Seljuk Cup game, and they've got probably the second most interesting of all the fixtures up against Taruna, fellow championship contenders. I think that'll be a really interesting game. I think I'll be heading along to Kelvedon Park at 1 o'clock to have a look at that one before the big game over at Warrior Park in the evening.
That's a good plan. I was thinking of heading to Newtown, Devonport, around the road from my house at Clare Street at 2 o'clock, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Devonport, obviously the favourites there, but Clare Street and that tight, compact cricket pitch that it usually is in March, always difficult to play on.
Yeah, I was up in Devonport on the weekend. They weren't overly thrilled at the prospect of playing on that pitch, it has to be said. But they've drawn it, and we'll see how they go. They'll obviously be overwhelming favourites. Here's Nick Naden trying to get him behind, but I think the best thing about this weekend at the Cap is there's no league fixtures on the weekend beforehand. You've got players exhausted having played a day earlier. I think sense has been shown there and just on that weekend off for fixtures and having it purely for the Cup.
Yeah, I remember a Saturday to Monday turnaround back in the playing days. Had a league game on the Saturday, and I think Ulverston on the Monday, and I think it lasted about 20 minutes. I was absolutely gassed after that. As Warren gets that one up, it is there's enough time throughout the year to have, especially that round of 16 when you often get so many good ties. It's like the third round of the FA Cup where you have that weekend all to yourself, and there's enough good quality games on. We nearly lost the wonderful camera there that we use up here. Linda from Solstice there, getting a bit worried.
Brand new camera too. Absolutely. Just showing the reflexes of a goalkeeper there. It was the wonderful Linda Higginson though. Quickly got that one out of the way as Alessandro Bellini makes away. Replacing him is Aaron Marnie. He must have been our mystery man from the bench before.
Yeah, the man who, doesn't matter how long he plays, he always has shorts that are way too oversized for him.
Skillful player. He's been playing as a fullback in most of the pre-season for Knights as Marnie, but I enjoy his work down the flanks. He's always hustling and bustling down there, always moving. And himself involved here. Smashed away. On they go. Tyler Harrison should have this one under control. Does so to Teddy Kadisha. Now Ladic. Back to Harrison. So inside of 15 minutes to play now. It's Glenorchy Knights who are going to be Summer Cup champions. We've known that for some time. It'll just be how emphatically Nick Naden with a searching ball. Marnie's made a run here trying to get there, but it was well tracked there and cut out by Ruben Witt.
Yeah, lovely work there from Witt. Getting a toe in.
A light drizzle here for that last 20 minutes, I think. A major inconvenience.
Hopefully putting out that fire that's occurring at the top of Glenorchy at the moment.
It's been burning all afternoon as Kurdistan swings this one in. No one there though. Tracked back by Kadisha. Witt for company. Kadisha tries to take him on, wins the throw in. They're going to have another substitution, and this time the University bench shuffling their deck a little.
Yeah, looks like Jack Ryan Buchanan coming on, and Sekiguchi, who's doing a pretty good shift in the centre of the park here tonight. And a double change.
Kenneth Trapp coming back on as well.
By the looks of it.
And he'll be replacing Samuel Fay eventually.
I mean, once you've committed the forfeit once, you might as well just keep doing it again. There's no real loss from that point of view.
I think the more likely scenario is that it is in fact interchange. Which they've clearly lost the battle on because it's football, we don't have interchange. Anyway,
we'll call it even for the Brown one from the first half.
We'll have that another day, that discussion. I suppose it is a pre-season comp. Anyway, here come Knights. And a little bit of space to operate in here. All about lashing the laces through it. Naden He's beaten one, he carries on. It was a vital intervention from Calvinios. He's just got his foot in and stopped what would surely have been number 5 there. Nick Naden playing his second.
Great run from Naden coming in from the right-hand side. Touch on it. Nice bit of skill there from McGregor, who's come over to the wing here, much to the enjoyment of the crowd. Well, there's a few fans in here tonight, does T-Mac.
He's a popular man, isn't he? And even at 4-0, uni fans still in good voice, which we always like to see. They inspire them onto a consolation marker here. As this one has been over for some time now. Brown, firing up. Declan Brown, lovely changing of the play there with the switching ball to the far side. It's out of play for another throw in. Jack Kupsch out there, recently on himself.
Going through the interchange are both teams at the moment. Also University, it's a bit of heavy touch, but manages to get it out to Warriner. And looking down the line to Azamani, and he's nearly got there. That's crushing. Bit late play there on McGregor. From Brown.
Oh, come on, man.
Not left much to be desired there, Declan Brown.
And it looks like Ivan just calling in the captain, John Ladich, and perhaps just saying, guys, you've got 10 minutes left in this one. You've got a massive Associate Cup game in a week's time. Just dial it down a little.
Yeah, the Warren Wadawu conspiracy, as that will be known for this season, at it again.
You've dubbed it that, have you? Certainly Rangers might be claiming that after he torched them.
Absolutely, with that hat-trick on the weekend after that absolutely bang-average challenge in the last of the Summer Series games. I did go back and re-watch that, and it looks more average every time I watch it.
This one's spread wide. Naden combining with Callum Brown. Now Jono Ladich in a bit of space. He drives towards here, Ladich without the ball, and then decides to play it. A silky touch from Callum Brown. He wants to get on the left foot. They know it. He squares it back to Kurdistan off the woodwork and into the back of the net. See ya, Kurdistan with another beautiful strike. And Glenorchy Knights get their 5th.
And another superb finish from Kurdistan. The curl on the right foot is something to watch out this Southern Championship season. And it looks absolutely beautiful off the foot. Even patting the referee, well done there. After that one is Kurdistan.
It looks so much better when they're coming off the post too.
Oh, especially. It was almost, we had Tim Cahill with the almost volley before. That was almost 06 Japan. Of different angle, but with the double post.
Just about. Beautiful hit. Struck it sweetly into the back of the net. 5-0 and another double change. It looks like Duck Engels is going to have a bit of a run. His first involvement in the evening. So Kurdistan scores his second and gets dragged. And he doesn't look too disappointed, mind you. He's all smiles now there on the bench. Fantastic performance from him. And Callum Brown also replaced. So 2 players who provide a real highlight, real goals coming off there. And Samuel James was off for the quickest of breathers. He's back on as well.
He had time for a drink break there, Samuel James. And Kurdistan with those 2 wonder goals, leaving Pravidi with quite the headache as Howcroft just about copped one from his own teammate there. And I'm going to choose between Namwiki, Kurdistan and Duck Engels for next week's big Seljack Cup games. Not one I envy Franco Pravidi for. And Declan Brown has got that one on a string. Warren up, Ladich under pressure, but Hawley gets away from it. It's a lovely ball in front of James, Cooks, who's gone backwards as James has gone up to the wing. And Warren up. And Marnie inside and manages to find the Poison Ivy with a wonderful pass. And now centrally Duck Engels gets his first touch of the night. Back out to Marnie, who will try and put this in with the right foot. Behind his attackers. Minios getting the head up and Going again there was Carnaby. McGregor, who seems to be playing on every side of the pitch in the last 10 minutes. He was in front of the grandstand just before, being fouled there, but nothing given. And now McGregor again, just trying to hit Carnaby.
5 to play here. I find a consolation marker, but I think at this point they might just be happy to walk out without conceding again. And Knights a few minutes away from a celebration as James Wilson has a nervy moment in goal there. Slightly heavy touch. Kadisha, well, he's just decided to take the player on there and then sends it across to Tyler Harrison. Radic really misplaced a pass all evening. The metronome in midfield, long ball looking for the run of Engels. Easily dealt with though by Ruben Witt. Solitavi always looking to drive at the defence is Atavi. Not in support here at the moment though. Really offering him a short option, so he does well to win a throw in, which he puts to the feet of Carnaby. He tries his best to work his way in tight confines, and they've worked this beautifully. Have Uni Carnaby charging into the box. This is a lovely play. That's a penalty. That has to be a penalty. Back down, an easy decision and a slice of cheese, but well done there by Carnaby. He somehow bought room on the wing where there was none to operate in. And then that is very sloppy from Kenny Kadisha. That was a very tired-looking challenge.
Yeah, very tired-looking challenge, and Carnaby's done exceptionally well there. Kadisha, absolutely no complaints from him or anyone else in the vicinity. Even got a cheese for his trouble. Did he there?
Just walked away going, yeah, all right. It's a fairly straightforward decision. And Kenneth Track, who came close to scoring in the first half, from the spot to find a consolation marker for Uni, and James Wilson gets down and denies him at full extension. A fantastic penalty stop, and that just about sums up the evening, Paul.
Yeah, it certainly does, and Wilson doing what all goalkeeper coaches love, and actually holding on to it as well from the save, getting down low. It looked textbook, like one of the warm-up exercises that most keepers do in pre-game, and just not quite staying in, but yeah, getting down low very well there, James Wilson, and he's done absolutely, hasn't had much to do all night, but proving he's not frozen solid out there, moving very well down to his right. He manages to get there from option, then looking back post, but it's hit the car park in the end, so University no longer not getting the consolation yet, and Kadisha's almost at fault for Wilson's clean sheet.
Very happy with that one. A clean sheet perhaps in the cup final. Safe penalty. Hasn't been overly tested this evening, but standing up quite nicely there was the Knights keeper. Working this one in wide areas. Turns it over though. Push working it forward. Somehow keeping a hold of the ball was Naden, and Engels got it back to James. Switch perhaps on, but instead goes back to Nick Naden. And retreats to Tyler Harrison. Now Kadisha. Warren up. Just moving the ball around the pitch with ease here at the moment, although that's an underhit pass from Ladic. Perhaps Uni a chance here to get that late consolation marker, but the moment's passed. They got back on mass there. And Ladic's a rare passing error, not punished. Round in the middle. Looks it wide for Warrener. Warrener driving forwards. He's got Marnie riding shotgun. He goes in that direction. Aaron Marnie will turn the ball to Warrener. Easily collected by Joel Philpott, which draws applause from his fan club again.
Yeah, Uni with a good fan club up here in the stands tonight. Good pass there from Marnie, managing to get to the feet of Warrener. That's another lovely ball into Duck Engels, but the return not quite going as University try and play out the last few minutes. Carnaby interchanging pass as well with Buchanan. It's under hit. Marnie's dummy will see that out for a throw. Quickly taken to Brown. Ladic getting the return ball, gets a toe in. Now there's two willing runners. The long legs of Mary. And just to snuff that one out. Now McGregor. Again. Playing that one up, but well intercepted there from Warrener, taking off the foot of Atavi. And he ticks into added time. Keisha blocks that one out well. Haven't seen the board go up yet for stoppage time. Yeah, that's because there is none.
That would be Whitefall. The referee says enough of that. Go celebrate Glenorchy Knights. They win the Summer Cup final by a margin of 5-0. It was pretty decisive stuff from the Knights. Some superb goals in amongst it. Particularly Callum Brown and Sia Kurdistan stealing the show here at KG5. And Glenorchy Knights will add another piece of silverware to their trophy cabinet. Their championships in the past couple of years. One gets the impression that might not be all they walk away with in season 2018. This looks a very, very good footballing team. They crushed Beachside in the semis. They've umped Uni in the final. Is there anyone who can stand against them this year, Paul?
No, certainly when they, in the cup competitions, to face the NPL teams, they'll be given a good run for their money, especially against the top four of that competition. But at the Southern Championship level, I think it's theirs to lose. And I set the task of them in commentary that undefeated should probably be what they're aiming for, especially with the squads that they've assembled for this season. Gallant effort from University. They didn't look to give up at any point. And willing and able runners, but just that difference in class that Glenorchy Knights have throughout the season. I do think University will likely to get a fair few wins on the board. Good contests against Beachside and Taroona coming up, and then Southern FCs and other teams like that, they probably will go into as favourites, but I think anyone in the championship against Knights are well up against it this season.
Yeah, they were a very good squad last year, and they got a lot closer than anyone probably expected. They were given an almighty scare. They were very fortunate to win, and I reckon that has just got them going, hang on, we've got to make absolutely sure we get promoted here. And they have thrown resources and assembled one hell of a squad, and they put on a fantastic show tonight as the presentation gets underway.
Come up, please. Assistant to Eugene Rosenberg. To Tony Butler, the fourth official, Alistair Cook.
And this is where the white field will go, there'll be another material goes from there, going up and all this rubber up here, and then there'll be different.
Being presented by Deputy Referee Manager, Mr. Tony. Thank you, our officials. Presentation of medals by the individual team. We'd like to thank the Glenorchy Knights. Come forward, please. Come say any words and introduce your team.
Thanks for the race. You did a really good job. Yeah, guys, first of all, congratulations on making it to the final. 5-0 winner kicks accurate representation of how well you guys played. Should have had 3 or 4 yourselves, so they pay yourselves for that. You did a really good job. And wish you the best of luck in the season. Cheers. Well done, boys. Worked so hard and paid off. So, first person, ciao. Aaron Harney, Evan Brown, Eddie Fisher, John, Keith Ingles, James Wilson, Woody, Lee, Tone, Nick Hayden, Luke, and
Samuel James just congratulating his team there, and Franco Praviti will come across with James Sherman and receive the trophy as the Summit Cup champions. And there it is. It's been a dominant display from the Knights. They will enjoy this evening, one would imagine, and then they've got a week to work on Olympia Warriors that lie in wait for them. It's going to be a cracking encounter, that's for sure, and the Knights, after these most convincing of victories, will head there full with belief. There it is, Samuel James with the silverware. Well, I'm not sure there's actually any silver on it, so I might need to redefine that term. But a trophy's a trophy, and the Glenorchy Knights are the victors on this evening. We might leave you with the goals from this one very shortly, but while our producer finds them, who do you think the better players were tonight, Paul?
Look, I think there was a few standouts, namely the Brown brothers. I think quite the wing combination is the wine company, and I think Kurdistan up top, I thought was very impressive. I haven't seen a whole lot of him in the past, and very impressive. Took those 2 goals wonderfully well. Shows he has a real keen eye for goal, and that's certainly been Duck Engel's position the last few years. I think there's some red hot competition.
There's a very happy Dallas Junior in the crowd there. Look at him. He's loving life. It's a happy bunch at Glenorchy Knights. And they're going to enjoy this evening. I think the Croatian club will be the place to be in Hobart this evening.
Yeah, after looking at the photos of the Italian club last Friday, I reckon the Croatian one is the place to be this Friday night as they celebrate in front of their fans.
Yeah, I think the only question is, will there be as much karaoke as there was at the Italian club last week? We'll wait and see on that, but certainly it's Glenorchy Knights evening. The president, Tony Bassage, gets in there, and rightfully so. He's done a fantastic job with this club since taking charge. He's really done wonders there. That's Tony. So he's proud of his side this evening, rightfully so. They put on an absolute show, and the goals they hammered home was so entertaining. But it is the Glenorchy Knights evening here at KG5. That is for certain.
All right, as we will finally have a look at those goals. As we look at the Knights, so we have the first one just about rolled, but we've switched back. Here we go, and we've got the full length of this goal. That's 1. That is 2. Absolutely shields off there. Cheeky nutmeg to beat 3-4, and then launches that one in the back corner. That will be a goal we will see for a long time from the first of the Brown brothers. And it's just fantastic to watch. I think I'll be watching that a fair bit over the weekend myself. There's not a lot the uni defenders could do about that. Had a real Maradona England, Lionel Messi vibes about that one.
This is the angle you want. Here we go. Beats 1, beats 2, charges into the box. He's still got a couple to beat. Just bamboozling them. Skips past another couple. Bang. Callum Brown. How'd you like that? And Toby just goes, well, what can you do? He was on the wrong side of the pitch, unfortunately. He might have been the only one capable of stopping him.
Seemed to be the standard reaction of to most of Knights' goals tonight, as in, what on earth can I do about that? As we saw similar for Kurdistan's first as well. And the second goal from Knights seemed rather just inadequate by the rest of the stands. It's still a well-taken finish. Touch inside and coolly put in the bottom corner. Any other night and we'd be raving about the coolness of that finish, but it pretty low down on the pecking order for tonight.
Yeah, it was one of the easier goals they would score in the evening. The third one, well, this is also worth another watch. This was a spectacular hit from CEO Kurdistan. The ball fell to him about 35 yards out. If we have a look at the alternate angle of that one, very nicely done from Declan Brown, but this next one was an absolute corker from Kurdistan. First of his 2 for the evening. Here we go. Well worth a look, this one. Just a miscontrolled touch. Bang. Bounce it.
Absolutely
Pouncing.
nothing else on his mind. Just didn't even consider the option of the run. Just went
I'm hitting
absolutely bang.
this. So that was 3-0, and that was pretty much game over at that point. Such a sweet hit. Bang! First time. Caught it sweetly. Keeper, absolutely no chance. And they would add 2 more in the second half. We'll leave you with those ones. And from us here at Slice of Cheese, it's been a pleasure bringing you this one. We've got 2 more games coming on a huge weekend of football. Tomorrow evening, we've got Hobart Zebras taking on Northern Rangers. And that'll be an entertaining one if the Zebras play like they did last week. And then on Sunday, talk about a blockbuster. It's Olympia and Devonport. We'll be bringing you the pictures from both of those ones. Do join us. We'll leave you with the last couple of goals here and be back with you tomorrow.